Hello class, this is a very important video as I'm going to be reviewing over the first draft of the researched argument, the requirements, what you need to be doing to make sure that this paper is the best that it can possibly be. So it is really important that you are paying attention to not only this video, but also making a copy of that assignment sheet, having a printed copy available to you. So we have completed our first major assignment of the semester. That was the rhetorical analysis. Now we are going to be moving on to our next one, which is the first draft of your researched argument. You are allowed to choose your own topic. The main requirement is that your topic does need to involve Memphis. As you choose your topic, make sure you choose something you are genuinely interested in, as you will be working with this topic in different forms. You will have a first written draft, you will have a new media draft, and you will have a final written draft. That will be 35% of your grade. This is what we will be focusing ourselves on the majority of the semester. There are some obvious choices which you could cover that include the blues, Beale Street, Elvis, barbecue, etc. But you can localize just about any topic that you care about. If it's sports, business, healthcare, any of those issues you can make relevant to Memphis. For example, if you are interested in healthy eating, then you could do research on food deserts or school lunch programs in the city. If you are interested in business, that you might do a research paper, argumentative in nature, on FedEx, AutoZone, and then use that research to argue that Memphis is a great place to start a business. The purpose. So successful writing, as we have talked about in 1020, and I'm sure you addressed this in 1010 as well. This does not happen overnight, especially when research is required. Writing is a slow process, and this assignment is the first of 3 that will ask you to develop an argument. You are also going to be improving your writing process. You will learn to revise and think about how arguments change when the genre or the audience changes. While this is the first draft of a much longer project, you should turn in something you are happy with and think is complete. Then we are going to move on to the new media writing project before returning to write a final draft. The goal of this process is to help you understand 2 things. In order to produce your best writing, you need to revise, and revision requires space from your first draft. First drafts may seem complete when you just finish writing, but generally first drafts can be improved with changes in organization, additional sources, and even changes in your rhetorical approach. That doesn't mean you should turn in something that you haven't worked hard on. Even though you will revise, this draft does receive a grade, and it is worth a percentage, not an insignificant one, of your grade. So the purpose of going through this paper, you're going to be doing a number of readings in week 5 that are required and that you will be writing about in your discussion board and journal entry. Okay, so in order to begin this process well, you need to begin with a question, a hypothesis, or a hunch. Don't start with your thesis. I cannot emphasize that enough. This first part is so incredibly important. Do not start with a thesis statement. That is how you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble. So you do need to choose a general topic. Review choosing a topic, pages 45 through 48 in Writing Memphis. You need to do research and read about your topic. Review Researching Memphis, that is in our textbook. Then after you have done research, you can begin to develop your argument and figure out your thesis statement. Next, you should remember what you learned about developing arguments in the rhetorical analysis assignment. What is the situation? Who is your audience? How can they be persuaded? What kind of supporting evidence do you need in order to convince them? Are there places you can go or people you can interview to conduct your argument? Since you are writing about a topic related to Memphis, you can conduct interviews and do other kinds of primary research to support your argument. Although it is not a requirement, you should consider doing an interview depending on your topic, and only then, after you've done all this, that is when you should begin drafting your essay. You will submit your paper digitally via eCourseware. MLA citation and format is required. For specifics about format, see the course syllabus. So the requirements for this essay, 6 pages, that does not include the works cited page. That will be your 7th page, okay? But 6 pages, I know it does seem like a lot, but again, I want this first draft to be the best it could possibly be. The more you turn in, the better quality of feedback that I can give you. You must have at least 5 academic or government sources. Okay, if you have questions about what government or academic sources are, then that's something you should follow up with me. But looking at mainstream sources like the Commercial Appeal and the news stations, those do not count as academic or government resources. You can use them as supplemental material, but you need to be doing research through the databases. You will lose significant points if you do not have the required number of sources. Of course, you need to also be following MLA format and having a topic related to Memphis. Okay, as part of this assignment sheet, I'm highlighting the topics that I will not let students write about for this research paper. There are 6 topics. Those include abortion, gun control, legalization of marijuana, lowering the drinking age, vaccine mandates, and mask mandates. While your main argument cannot be regarding these topics, these issues may pop up as supporting topics. For example, if you're talking about crime, gun control may be the focus of one of your paragraphs. Another example is you may be addressing healthcare, and vaccines or masks will come up. During individual conferences, this will be the time to address how appropriate it will be to include these topics in your essays, but understand that you cannot write them as part of the main focus of your essay. Why are these topics banned? There is one primary reason. I believe there is difficulty with people being able to be objective with some of these topics. Quite honestly, I would be more flexible if we were in the classroom and not online, but I believe removing these topics as options is what is best for being able to do the best possible research. Okay? We will do a writer's workshop in week 9 of the semester, and the due date for this assignment, this first draft, will be on Friday, October the 22nd at 11:59, and then I will be spending much of the weekend into the next week reviewing over your research papers. So you will have a few weeks to work on this paper. You will need to do this, and you will need to take this very seriously. Okay, that is the researched argument draft in summation. Please make sure that you are watching the other 2 videos and paying attention for when I post the Discord conference that I have with Miss Ashley Roach. Thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon.